We can talk about that for it.
Yeah, that's another life. But like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've been through a lot of shit, but but as far as that shit like that, like, yeah, you know, I just feel like, you know what I'm saying? I understand some people just can't rebend and rebend relationships with certain parts of their parents for certain things that they did. But I feel like if he hasn't done nothing that affects your life permanently in a way that, you know, is no coming back to it, I think you should always mend relationships with your parents. You know what I'm saying?
I got it trained in my brain. I don't even have a father.
Yeah.
See, and I feel like with you and I, like, we kind of are the same. Like, we similar because for a long time, I just always, because my father, he's never been in my life.
Right.
Well, when I was young, like a baby, my mom and my dad, they were married when they had me and my brother. But shortly after, they got divorced, and for a while, we would see my dad and his new woman, and I have two younger brothers by them. But, you know, as far as I really can remember, I just remember my mom taking care of us, and I remember it would be times that we would, like, have his phone number and would call. I remember, you know, calling, and sometimes he would answer, sometimes he wouldn't. But the conversations would be really short, and then he'll be like, I'm going to call you back, and never call back. And it was like, every once in a while, like, he changed his number really often, so we every once in a while get his number. And it was just the same thing. Call, chat for a moment, I'm going to call you back, never hear from him. New number, different time, same thing. And then we, like, had a relationship with my grandfather, my father's father. And he lived all the way out in, like, Williamsburg, Virginia. So sometimes, like, for the summer, he would get us for a week or something. We would go out there. This happened probably, like, twice. But even as an adult, like, I've, like, connected. I found out, like, I have 4 brothers, and I have a sister. And I met all of them through Facebook, with, like, during the pandemic.
Yeah.
One of my brothers is from the Virgin Islands.
Wow.
And I've started, you know, I have a little bond with them, but I've always felt in my heart, like, whatever, like, I don't even care. We can start fresh, whatever. I reached out to my dad, like, you know, I don't know what your situation is. We can go to dinner. It's on me. Like, I'll pick you up. I'll pay. All of that, you know, and it's never been successful. He always has, like, some type of excuse. But my brother, on the other hand, he carries it like, fuck him. Like, I don't care. I'm not reaching out. Fuck all that. Like, fuck him.
I have 2 questions.
And,
oh, my bad.
And, like, recently I had even told him, because I was feeling like, you know, I'm going to be a millionaire. Like, I'm going to do big things for my family. I'm going to, even my dad, who's never been there, I felt like, I'm going to buy him a house. Like, I'm going to take care of him. I'm going to make sure he's good and things like that. But like I said, I've still even tried to, you know, have that relationship with him. But now I feel myself like I've changed. I feel like now I'm like, because I've tried so much. And it's like, at this point, I thought that you would probably come around and before you pass, maybe want to do something with your children, but it's like, you're never going to change. And I don't feel like because I felt, you know, like, I know my father has been through things too, from what I've heard from my aunts and things like that. Like, he got treated bad, you know. So it's like, at the end of the day, I don't blame you. It's like I do, but I don't. Because at the end of the day, no matter what you go through, you still have a choice. You could be better than your circumstances, better than what you come from. But if you didn't make that choice, obviously you was just weak. And I feel like I'm just going to do better. But I'm to the point where I'm just like, I'm not reaching out no more.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, forget it. Whatever happens, happens. If you die and we never, you know, have a relationship, that's on you. I tried. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to carry that hate in my heart, because at the end of the day, you forgive others for yourself. Right. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not hating nobody. I'm freeing myself from all of that. And I just feel like it is what it is. You know?
Yeah, well, to show that I don't have no hate towards my father, happy belated birthday to my father. But anyway.
But hey, I got a question on that. You said that, like, and sometimes you feel like you don't have a father, or you put that in your head. Like, was the relationship that bad? Damn, that's really crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like,
it's so hard for me to imagine that, because
I'm
so close with my dad.
And that's how my mom was.
I'm so close with my
still
dad.
debating if I'm gonna go to his funeral or not.
Like, in elementary school, people thought my dad was like a single father because of how much I talked about my father instead of my mother. Like, you know, people are used to talking about their mom all the time, but I was just all about my dad. Yeah. So when I see people who don't have good relationships, like even my oldest daughter, seeing her relationship with her dad, it's like, damn, like I only know the great part, and you going through the tough part, it's like, damn, this shit is fucked up.
Yeah. But that's why, like, as a mother, I try my best to make sure that my daughter doesn't go through what I went through.
Right.
Because, like I said, I never had my father, and I always imagined me being married, happy family. Unfortunately, things didn't work out with my daughter's father, but I would never, no matter what we go through, I always try to, even if I have to be the bigger person, I would never, you know, take my daughter. It's been times that I done thought hateful shit, you know, but I don't act on it because I know how it feels, you know, to not have both parents, and I would never take that from my daughter. I want him to be in her life because I don't want her to even look for love in another man or, you know, whatever the case may be. Like, even if he can't help financially, whatever, like, you know, they have a relationship, and I let them have it because I want her to, you know. Everybody, I feel like everybody needs a mother and everybody needs a father.